Chelsea let a 2-goal lead slip at Stamford Bridge.
Told you, mate, a 2-goal lead, right?
Yeah, well, you keep going on about it, now it's come back to bite you in the backside, isn't it?
No, so, are you going to agree with me now?
No. Let's hear from Chelsea gaffer Liam Senior, who's been speaking to talkSPORT about those crucial drop points.
2 poor team decisions, 2 goals. The second goal shouldn't stand for me because he's clearly handballed it. Even the VAR have said he's handballed it. It's affected my players in that moment. We should still clear the ball. Very frustrated to come away with a point because some of our football and our play was excellent. But because of 2 poor moments, we haven't managed to win the game.
Yeah, just on the handball one, we were just having a discussion about it. Yeah. It does touch his arm. VAR, well, the Premier League have come out and said that it wasn't handball.
Yeah, okay. So does it hit his arm? Yes. Is it deliberate handball? That's up for debate. I don't have a problem with it. And when I was watching the gantry doing the comms, I've said handball because you can see it comes, and I'm miles away, right? But then you see it. It's like, how can you prove that's deliberate? Because the ball can hit the arm, and that's fine. You can still carry on. I ain't got a problem to go. I have a problem, and Rossini's just touched on it there. It's the way then what happens after that. We were a shambles at the back.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's a mess after a mess after a mess, and everyone's waiting. No, you kick, you clear, no, you clear it. No, you clear, no, you clear it. You know, and we don't react, and they, you know, and we have to reflect on that because there's no way we should have drawn that game. There's no way. We were good. I would say one of the best performances under Rossini, by the way.
No, I thought I was watching the game.
We were good. Leeds were terrible. Absolutely terrible. But
they weren't terrible. Stop saying they're terrible.
Mate, they were... Mate,
they weren't terrible.
Jay, they were terrible, mate. They were terrible. They had a 15-minute spell where their tails are up and we are that naive team where we get a bloody nose and we're on the ropes and we can't throw a punch and we just go into our shell. He's got to change that. He's got to change that. Leeds were terrible. There'll be a Leeds fan. Leeds will phone you up and tell you they got out of jail.
Well, let's go to Darren, who's a Leeds fan. All right, Daz?
Fine.
Hey, oh boy. Has anybody seen Jason Cundy? Has anybody seen Frank Lampard? John Terry Sington? Ashley Cole? Has anyone seen Cole Barber? Has anyone seen Cancelo? Pedro Fernandez? Santos? Cucurella? Neto?
Drew. You can't do it on a draw. Yeah, Daz, you can't do it on a draw, mate.
Daz, you only drew the game, mate.
You can't do it on a... No, you can't do it on a draw, Daz.
Of course we can.
No, you can't, mate. Them's the rules.
Of course we can. We took 4 points off.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. That I can't deny, right? And Jay said we bottled it. I mean, there's an element of truth. But you lot were terrible.
Mate, I listened to the game up with Spalding tonight, and it sounded terrible.
You were terrible.
You know, I will take a draw all night long.
Of course you will. Of course you will. But there's no way.
That point is crucial for us.
No, I get it. There's no way you should. You lot burgled Stamford Bridge.
We did.
Yeah, you burgled you burgled Stamford Bridge. There's no. But you know what? Fair play. Yo.
Do you know what you always say, mate? You always say 2-0 is one of them scorelines. You always say to Jamie, it's one of them scorelines. It's never a winning scoreline.
Daz, were you there?
No, mate, I'm down in Spalding, mate, working.
Right, so you saw the game?
I listened to it on the radio on talkSPORT.
Right, okay, right. Either way, right, once you scored the goal, the game changes at 2-0. It's such a weird scoreline because you think the game is cooked, and especially the way Chelsea were playing. Chelsea was so dominant. Leeds had nothing. Leeds were terrible. And they get a penalty, and then they get scored, and all of a sudden you go, there's only one goal.
Everybody expected us to get beat tonight with that lineup.
Well, I mean, everyone expected to get beat half-time because you were so terrible. Right?
But they got something from the game.
Yeah, I know, but that's football. And that's the game we love because at 2-0, you are not completely out of it. We should have scored the third goal. We should have scored the third goal.
Do you know what, Cundy? I always hear you say on here to Jamie, 2-0 is one of them scorelines.
It's terrible.
It's never over.
It's the most dangerous scoreline. It is, because it lulls you into that false sense of security that you think the game is cooked, and it's not. And it doesn't matter how well one team's playing or how bad the other team's playing. Goals change games. And tonight is the perfect example of that. We were in total control. but we lost control. And as soon as you got that goal, you actually, it looked like once you got the second, I was fearful you were going to go and win it. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. I thought you might go and win it. And fair play, well done. You know, hope you get relegated.
That's off to Leeds players for that.
Yeah, look, you dug in.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie, one thing, mate. Keep looking up to Leeds, mate.
Who do I want to get relegated more, Leeds or Spurs?
Definitely Spurs.
Spurs to go down. West Ham.
No.
Listen, thanks for your call.